What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Kieran O'Brien coming at you with another Facebook advertising digital marketing video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can kind of hack your Facebook targeting. And this is going to be video number 1 in a multiple video series. I don't know if it's going to be 2 or 3 or 4 videos, but I'm going to kind of give you guys my inside tips and tricks as to how you can hack your Facebook targeting and really get good, profitable, and consistent results with your Facebook advertising efforts. So in this video, we're going to be talking about 2 tools that you can use to improve your Facebook interest targeting. And so without further ado, we're going to jump right into this. This is going to be a relatively quick video. So I'm here in my ads manager. If you don't know how to get here, you can go to business.facebook.com if you have a business manager, or if you don't, you can just go to facebook.com, click the drop down menu in the top right corner and click manage ads. But anyway, so right here, we're just in the ads manager part. We're gonna come down and click this little hamburger icon. We're gonna go to all tools and we're gonna go to audience insights right here. So audience insights, if you are a beginner at Facebook marketing, or if you're doing marketing for a company, like you have an agency or something, or you're a consultant and you're doing marketing for a company that you haven't previously worked with, or you're just doing market research, any of those 3 things, audience insights is gonna be your best friend. So let me show you how you do this, right? Let's go ahead and just click everyone on Facebook. So as you can see here, we're now looking at the analytics and the demographics of the Facebook users all over the United States, right? So audience insights is a great tool for you to use to find interests that are similar to your clients or other interests that you're targeting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's going to really help you dial in your targeting on Facebook. So let's dive into some of the features that this audience insights tool has, right? So number 1, you can actually create an audience using this. So we'll come back to that in a little bit. So that's what this little section is here. And then you've got a few different things, right? In demographics, you've got age and gender. So we can see, the biggest demographic on Facebook is 25 to 34-year-old males. If we scroll down here, we've got relationship status, we've got education level, we've got job titles, we've got all of this interesting, useful data on the Facebook users that we're looking at. Now, again, this is 150 to 200 million people. This is all of the Facebook users in the United States of America, because that's where we're targeting right now. You can, right here on the side, you can pick any country, region, or whatever you want here. So you can select that and see the demographics of those specific areas. So that's another thing that's really cool. Now, you can come down here, you can choose age, you can go gender, you can do interests, you can do connections, and connections are really cool because you can come here and you can click on this and you can select any of your clients that you have access to their Facebook page. You can put it right there and check out their demographics specifically, and then there's some more advanced stuff here, which is their language, their education, work, blah, 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 blah. So essentially this left-hand column here controls what you see on this right-hand column. So anything you input here is gonna affect these numbers, right? So let's try it really quickly. Let's just do men in the United States, right? So obviously women goes to 0%, and then we've just got the data of the men. Now we can look at the relationship status just of men in the US, education level just of men in the US. We can look at the jobs just of men in the US, so that makes sense, right? Construction, military, veterans, blah, blah, blah. So we can see all this data. And now let's go ahead and do an interest, right? So I don't really know, I didn't come into this with anything specific to think about. Let's think, you know what? Let's just use the good old fashioned Tai Lopez example. Tai Lopez, public figure. So again, this drop-down menu that we're looking at right here has all the same exact interest targeting that you do in your ads manager. Same exact stuff. It's just here, but you're looking at analytics instead, right? So let's go ahead and click on that. And right now we're in all men right now. Let's see how many women like Tai Lopez. All right, so, we'll click all. Okay, so a decent amount of women, 27% women like Tai Lopez, but it's, again, majority men. So let's say that your product is, your target customer is a man, and they are 22 to 55, right? So this is where this tool gets really useful. So now, again, we're only seeing men from 22, and because 22 is in this 18 to 24 bracket, from 22 to 55. So we get no data from these 2 plots here, and we have no data from the women plots here. And now, boom, relationship status. A lot of single people because these are younger men, right? For the most part. We've got a lot of college graduates here. job title, we've got much less military than we did. Notice that a lot less military than we did when we selected all men. And so anyway, so this is honestly kind of useless data. The real cool part that we can do is these menus here. So we've got demographics, which is what we're on right now, and then we got page likes, location, activity. This button right here, page likes, is perhaps the most important tool that I use on Facebook to figure out what my targeting is going to be. So if we come here, we click page likes, check this out, guys. Boom, top categories. Education, my first Million Mentor Academy. And this link right here, this hyperlink, is actually a Facebook page. So this is some Facebook page that has 250,000 likes, right? And this is a Facebook page that is associated with the Tai Lopez interest, all right? So if we come back here, real estate investing, that's another thing that people really like. Business and economy websites, Investopedia, all right? And so it's ranking these categories by importance, right? And then it's also showing you what the name of the category is and then the most profound and important company or brand within that category. So we can go down and we can look at a lot of these different, so if we look entrepreneur, Gary Vaynerchuk, Robert Kiyosaki, Rob Dyrdek, public figure, Tai Lopez, Damon John, Eric Thomas, Les Brown. Like we know all these names, right? Publishers, entrepreneur, that makes sense. But if you'll notice, guys, Gary V, entrepreneur, Tai Lopez, all that stuff is down here, right? Notice what's above it, right? Above it is Investopedia. Above it is Valvoline, which is like an automotive type company. CarID.com, another automotive type company. As you guys might know, I actually focus on automotive marketing. That's what I do as a career, and that's what my agency focuses on. So that's super interesting that people who are interested in Tai Lopez have a high affinity with CarID.com. So essentially, what this data is that we're looking at right now is options for you guys. As Facebook marketers, you can test all of these interests out with your ad sets. So let's say you're selling a digital product to people who have and your target audience is a very similar target audience to that of Tai Lopez, right? You can come in here to Audience Insights and select these interests, and you can either split test with a couple different interests. I would go ahead and create a CBO campaign, a campaign budget optimization campaign, and I would go ahead and create single interest ad sets with some of these interests, right? So I'd go in and create a campaign. Let's say we're optimizing for clicks, right? And we'd come in here and we'd go, okay, my first Million Mentor Academy, that's gonna have its own ad set at $5 a day. Then we're gonna have Tim Ferriss with his own ad set at $5 a day. Split testing the same copy and everything, same copy, same creative, but we're just testing different interests. Maybe we'll throw Investopedia in its own ad set at $5 a day. Maybe we'll put Valvoline in there as its own interest at $5 a day. So we can do this to test and kind of measure the results, because Facebook is telling us with all the data that it has on its users, it's telling us, hey, these are the things that these people are interested in, right? And we come down here and there's actually something even more important, which is right here, the affinity feature. So we can see that out of everything, my first Million Mentor Academy seems to have the highest affinity. People who like Tai Lopez are 803 times more likely to also like my first Million Mentor Academy. So that right there should tell us by itself that we need to be targeting that interest if we're trying to reach the same people as Tai Lopez. We need to test with this interest. We need to test with real estate investing. We need to test with Damon John. We need to test with Investopedia, right? And again, you can click the See More tab and go all the way down. So even 100x, that's still really good. So we want to test with a lot of these, right? And so at the end of the day, there's only so far that data can go when it comes to the creative process of marketing. You have to be a good marketer to be able to utilize these tools in the best way possible. And what I mean by that is, you can't just come in here and click these top 3 and make interest ad sets and hope that it works, right? You need to come in here with an analytic mindset and with a marketer's mindset, thinking, okay, what is probably going to get the best results for us based on this data that I'm looking at, and kind of draw your own conclusions from there. But this is definitely a great tool for you to do that with, right? Then we can come over here to location. Where are 22 to 55-year-old men that like Tai Lopez located? All right, they're located in El Paso, Texas. It's only 0.3%, but that's still, the vast majority of people when we're looking at an audience that's this big, 350,000 people across the U.S. So we got El Paso, Texas. A lot of people in Texas. The top 3 are in Texas, right? So this might tell us something. Maybe we want to try an ad set that's just people in Texas, right? And then we've got Tucson, Arizona, Fresno, a couple Californias right here. We've got some Floridas, and so on and so forth. So that's how the location feature works. And then activity. So these people are liking, they're liking 2 pages on average. They're commenting 12 times, blah, blah, blah. What devices are they using? This is another useful feature, because you'll notice when you're targeting Facebook ads, you can choose to do all devices, or you can choose to pick specific devices. So the number one conclusion I'm drawing from this is that 22 to 55-year-old men that like Tai Lopez don't use their desktop computers. They're on mobile, right? Right here, iPhone, iPod, and Android, and mobile only are some of the biggest ones, right? So maybe, again, we'll test an ad set within our campaign that is everything else is the same. However, we're targeting mobile only, and we're gonna try that out, right? That might get our cost per click or our cost per purchase down. So again, you guys can kind of see the power here, and there's so many different things that you can use to take advantage of this tool. So that is audience insights. And then here's the cool thing too. So again, we've got 22 to 55-year-old men that like Tai Lopez. Now we can go up here and we can actually save this audience. We can name it 22 to 55 M Tai Lopez, right? And we can save this in this audience right there. So it's kind of like a double use tool, right? So now we're just coming here to do market research for our ads, but then we can also get an audience out of it at the same time. So you don't have to, come here, use this tool, and then go into your Facebook audience and create one yourself, or do it in the ad. So now when we go and create this ad, we can actually just click the audience that we just made, and we know that it's 22 to 55-year-old men who like Tai Lopez right there. Boom. So another useful time-saving tactic. So what else can we use to get similar results like this? Google Trends. Trends.google.com is perhaps your best friend when you are an online marketer. So right here, guys, this is so useful. Like all this data that Google has more data on us than even Facebook does, right? So let's say same thing. We're coming here to do market research for a product that maybe people who like Tai Lopez like. What was one of those companies let's do Investopedia. Investopedia. Okay, Investopedia. Now we can either click the search term or the website. Let's try the search term first, see how many people are searching Investopedia, right? So, about 100 searches a day on average in the past 12 months, per week, it seems like. And look right here, boom. New York is perhaps the biggest targeting area right here. People are spelling it wrong. Related topics, New York Stock Exchange, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So all really good detail here. And then let's see Investopedia. Let's just compare this to Wikipedia. Sure, try it out. Boom. Wikipedia is way up here, right? So again, this isn't the best comparison, but I'm just saying, you can compare multiple search terms and multiple websites up here. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this one. We'll come back here, Investopedia website. Now let's check out the website. Now we can see, the same general stuff here, but we're looking specifically at the website now. So guys, Google Trends is great because obviously when somebody wants to do something, they're Googling it, right? They are going on Google and they're looking it up first and foremost. Social media is a little bit different than Google because social media is where people interact with each other and Google is where people go to find answers. So both of this data, both from Facebook and from Google Trends, is super useful and super helpful for your Facebook campaigns. Also for your Google campaigns. If you guys are running Google ads, Google pay-per-click, YouTube ads, any of that stuff, before you run anything, any ads online, before you run paid traffic to anything, come to Audience Insights, come to Google Trends, do some research, and don't just search your specific search term, right? Search the related search term. So I can come here and say, okay, Audience Insights is telling me that Tai Lopez people are interested in Investopedia. Let's look up Investopedia on here. Investopedia people, they're also searching accounting and they're searching about things like that, right? So we can kind of use these tools to feed off of each other to get us really useful data that's going to help us in our targeting for Google ads, for Facebook ads, for anything, right? So we can use these tools and they're super useful. So guys, really quickly, I make these videos. I don't make any money on these videos. All I'm trying to do is provide value to you guys, my viewers. If this was useful for you, go ahead and drop a like on this video. just click that little thumbs up button right below. And also, if the subscribe button is red, you should probably click on it. It'll turn gray. We want it to be gray. If it's already gray, thank you very much. But if it's red, you should go click on it. And with that being said, guys, that does it for my video today. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope this was helpful. Go utilize Audience Insights and Google Trends in your business, and I will see you guys in the next one.